weird person.
Yes.
He came in reverse.
Okay.
He came from business
Yes.
to GS to sports.
It's a good affect your back.
No. Well, we've arrived. We've come to Ibadan 5 or 6 times. I don't feel anything because we move.
Yes.
It's when you're slow and you're stopping and you're slowing, that's when the pain kicks in. But as long as you're not stopping, and it's a short ride, I can't do a very long ride on my bike. Because it's like I can't. Even now I'm feeling it like bad because we slowed down, we stopped so many times. But you know what inspired me to start riding for him? And then in 2019, myself and Dele Bamidele rode our motorbikes from here to the Isle of Man to watch the Isle of Man TT races. Have you heard of the TT? Oh my God! When you have time to do this, go to YouTube, check Isle, ISLE, Isle of Man, TT. Watch some of the videos. It's the oldest sport racing in the world and the most dangerous right now. And it's been going on for over 110 years. They started like 110 years ago. So I wanted to go and watch the race because I started seeing videos of them on YouTube. I wanted to go and watch, and I said, this kind of place is not a place where you fly to go and watch it. You ride there because of its importance. You don't go there as a Nigerian fly. Nobody will care about you. I now said, coming down to answering your question about what can we do, I said to myself, there's been no motorcycle. When you get to Isle of Man, you think you're in the Mecca. Actually, the Isle of Man TT is the Mecca. That's the Hajj of bike or motorcycle rider. People go from Japan to the Isle of Man to watch the TT races. It's extremely hair-raising. So I said to myself, I will ride to the Isle of Man, but who's the crazy person that can follow me? Dele Bamidele. Okay. So we planned. In 2019, we went.
I didn't just want to fly there. I wanted to make a statement with our journey to witness the first TT of my life. So I decided this was going to be a motorcycle adventure. We mapped out the best route, which countries were the best for us to go through, and which were the safest. Most importantly, what documentations do we need for our motorcycles and for ourselves? This is going to be our first live video as we begin this journey. And that's Dele with his bike looking like he's going to cross the Sahara.
People of the world. Don't mind what I'm having, man.
Yeah, don't mind it because it's very dirty socks. Anyway, that's Dele's bike. Isle of Man is in our view from Lagos. I can tell you for free, this is going to be the most challenging trip we have ever embarked upon.
2 weeks after we came back from the Isle of Man, Dele was riding off-road with some South Africans and had a bad fall that broke his ankle. And that was how everything degenerated to amputation. 2 weeks after we came back from our longest ride. So, and I said to myself, as part of my contribution to being in Nigeria, that was the second time, I've done many more things, but I want to ride 2 bikes with Lagos plate numbers to the Isle of Man. I want to put 2 Lagos plated bikes on the Isle of Man.
And where was it taking place?
Eh?
Where was it taking place?
Where? The race?
Yeah.
In Isle of Man. Isle of Man is a tiny island on the top of England.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We're waiting for our documents and then we're going to be crossing the border.
Come and check. You see the traffic that we experienced between the Yanoba and this place and Badagry. The roads are horrible. The roads are really terrible. Lagos State government, please don't abandon Badagry. Do something about the roads at Badagry. From Yanoba to Badagry, the roads are very bad. It's making life miserable for Lagosians and people coming into the country. That's our entry point into this country. So let us make tourism work by fixing the roads. If you're going to understand what life is about and really see what's going on, you won't take a plane from one destination to the other. You have to go by road and see what the real people experience. This is how you know what Nigeria is.
Dele is all ready.
So before that, we're saying au revoir to Nigeria, and now we're going to speak French.
Our active goal was only one: to land found 2 motorbikes with Nigerian plate numbers on the Isle of Man to watch the TT races. That was the goal.
See, let me tell you, one of the biggest challenges to any African or Nigerian that wants to do something like a round the world tour is your visas. Let me just start from there. As a British person, Swiss person, German person, American person, you have access to over 100 countries where you get visa on arrival. Over 100. In some cases, like 130 countries where you get visa on arrival because of the value of your country. Nigerians can get visa on arrival only in 44 countries. And those 44 countries are spread all over the place and they are like crappy countries.
They are very crappy because the country itself, Nigeria is crappy.
Do you understand? So getting visa was a problem. To get Schengen visa, they checked my internals, they checked. It was. So we set out less than 2 weeks before my Morocco visa would expire. Less than 2 weeks. And from here to Morocco, no be joke. Maybe like a week to when my Morocco visa would expire. When we left, we knew if we don't get to the border of Mauritania in 4 days max, I won't make Morocco. By the time I get to, so we wanted to enter Morocco. Even if my visa expires the day that I enter Morocco, or the day after I enter Morocco, they will go stamp it for me and give me an extension. So we got from Lagos to the border of Mauritania in 3.5 days.
You went through our border
from Lagos, went to Benin Republic, into Togo. Now, you know, normally you just enter Flower and go to Ghana. Well, that was my first adventure. This time around, to shorten time, when we got to Togo, you know, Togo is flat. From the Togo border, from Benin Togo border to Aflawo is not so far.
We're using map?
Yes. There are offline maps you can download. Dele is a master navigator. Dele now master navigator. So he downloaded those maps. When we entered Togo, I didn't know Togo was almost 800 or 900 or 1,000 people. Like, it's long. We thought we could do it in 1 day. First of all, rain beat us for 4.5 hours in Togo. A storm. From the next time we were supposed to sleep, Dele said, "Mama, the next hotel we see, let's sleep." So we slept in the next hotel we saw. My legs, my feet and my hands were white like this paper. From rain, 4.5 hours of heavy downpour. See, we can't enter the next day. In its wet riding suit to enter again, we didn't go. From there, we entered the Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Burkina Faso, we did Mali. But we're moving north just to save time to get to Morocco. We got to the border of Mauritania, Kifa, in 3.5 days. By the time we got into that, was it Kifa? What's that border? Is it Kifa?
What bag were you using?
The GS.
We did only GS. What bag was you also using? Same GS.
Wow. Okay. Let me tell you, from the border to the next from Mauritania border to the place where we're going to, our next stop was 600 kilometers. Or more. From that place, from that city to Nouakchott, which is the capital of Mauritania, was another 600 kilometers. When we did the first 600 kilometers, I wasn't drinking enough water. Temperature was like 45 degrees. By the time we entered our room, I collapsed. Pressure, heat, rain. I wasn't drinking enough water. I collapsed in the room. I couldn't come outside for 3 days. So we grounded there for like 3 days. I couldn't do anything for 3 days. In the morning, in the night, my temperature would shoot up. In the evening to calm down everywhere, but it was still high. When it was time to go from that place to the next city, which was another city, to Nouakchott.
You hated riding.
I didn't ride it. Who burned me? Do you know what I did? I put that bag in the truck. I couldn't ride to Nouakchott. I was sick.
I'm in a village between Kifa and Nouakchott. Dele went ahead this morning. We loaded my bike on a truck because the heat and the fatigue just got to me. So the day before yesterday and yesterday, I was knocked out, like totally. So my bike is on this truck, and I think the man, I don't want to film so that I don't want to make them nervous. I don't want them to realize I'm filming. My bike is on the truck, and I think he stopped in this village to pick some more goods, and then we'll be on our way. But yesterday I was totally ill, so I was down, I couldn't ride.
So I sat in that truck, 600 kilometers, because he was stopping to pick passengers. It took us from morning when we left that place around 8 o'clock. I didn't get into Nouakchott, it was 600 kilometers.
Where was your bike?
It was in the truck.
In the truck.
I didn't get to Nouakchott until like 8 p.m. The guy was like going, just going like that, packing passengers. And I couldn't get, thank God I had anti-malaria. I packed anti-malaria, Panadol, all this like anti-diarrhea, I packed all those things. So I took the anti-malaria for 3 days. 2 days I started getting myself. The days I started having problems in Nouakchott. Long and short, I couldn't ride cross again because I had to come to Nigeria to see a doctor. So I flew from Morocco, from Mauritania, back to Nigeria to see my doctor, to get treatment and everything. We now flew in one of Dele's friends from Germany into Nouakchott. He left his exams, flew from Germany to Mauritania, took my bike, and continued the journey. Wow. While I came to Lagos. I was in Lagos for 2-3 days. Then I flew to London. While those guys were, man, Dele is a man. He rode.
He rode all the way.
Let me tell you. Dele's propeller broke. First of all, his suspension collapsed because he was carrying so many things like fuel.
Oh, yeah.
When you're Mauritania, you carry petrol or your fork. Sorry, you're finished. Yes. You carry petrol because for like 1,000 kilometers there's no gas station. So you carry petrol. From Nouakchott, carry petrol because Western Sahara. In fact, the last 2 nights that they were in the Western Sahara, they slept in tents because there's no hotel. Before they now got to Morocco and then crossed on a ferry from Morocco into Spain, Spain. And now continued the ride. By that time, we're talking every hour. Where are you guys?
It's gonna be a tough time here in Spain, but hey, come on, we made it to Europe. We're now from the ferry.
The day that I saw Dele and what's his name? We call him
German.
Yeah, he's German. I forgot his name. What's the name? I remember his name. The time I saw Dele and that guy ride to that hotel on those bikes, wow, I almost started crying. Wow.
The electrifying moments began when we started riding in London, trying to cross from Folkestone to Liverpool was interesting for me. But then getting to Liverpool and we saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motorbikes that were going to the Isle of Man was an unbelievable moment.
And look at the crowd.
There are bikes everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere. There are motorcycles everywhere. Right here, I went to the check-in and they said, oh, you just lost your ferry. It was 2 a.m. and I'm like sinking in the ground. So after maybe like 4 hours of waiting on the waiting list, they managed to get us on the vessel. So we're boarding now. It's a miracle. Another one has happened. We're going. We'll see you on the Island of Man, guys.
When we got on the ferry and we just saw bikers from every corner of the earth coming on that ferry, it was magical.
Now we're dancing. We're on the ferry. We're
unbelievable. I'm telling you, there are like how many? There are like thousands of bikes on this ship. Thousands on this one ship. And there are cars and thousands of people on one ship. All of us going to one place, the Isle of Man.